Jump in that, jump in that fire, jump in that, hitting that fire, jump in that whip, jump in that, jump in that, jump in that, jump in that, chopper doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to Sheyenne High School for your first round of EDC play. The Mustangs hosting the Shanley Deacons in this opening round of the EDC playoffs. I'm Grant Knodel. Joining alongside me to call this one tonight is Dan Wolf. Dan, good game here between the Mustangs and the Deacons. Always a heated rivalry between these two schools. And then adding to that is that level of EDC tournament play. That's just going to fuel this game, hopefully even more.
Absolutely. Win two before you lose two, and you punch your ticket to the state tournament. That's what every team is looking to do as they start the EDC tournament tonight. And for Sheyenne, we talked to Coach Tim Brandt right before the game. He said, it's doing the same things that they've always done. You can see the bracket up there. Sheyenne enters tonight as the number 2 seed in the EDC tournament. And they're obviously playing Shanley tonight. On the same side of the bracket as them is Fargo North, who plays West Fargo tonight. So the winners will face each other on Friday, it sounds like, and the losers will face each other on Friday. Other side of the bracket, Davies is the top seed. They play Horace tonight, and then that Fargo South and Central game has been moved to tomorrow night because of the bad roads.
Right. Central
traveling to South, and that's going to be – that 4-5 seed, I think, will be a really good game because I think, I've said on a couple of broadcasts that I think probably 3 of these top seeds are going to make it in to the state tournament. Yeah. But I just get the feeling, Coach Brand even alluded to it, the league is so deep this year and so equally talented that if a team looks past someone or a team catches fire or another team has foul troubles or things like that, that's where it could all come crashing down on you. And I would not be shocked if we have 1 or 2 surprises, so to speak, in terms of lower seeds make it through to the state tournament.
Well, and I think that this whole field is so deep. I think that's going to make this EDC tournament that much more exciting, too. I mean, you see, Cheyenne's beat Davies. Davies beat Sheyenne. Yeah. Everybody, it's been – nothing's been for certain in this regular season. And to add on to that, nothing's certain in the playoffs, but with a roster this deep or a lineup this deep, I think that adds to that tension even more.
Absolutely. So the keys for tonight's game as far as Sheyenne is concerned, obviously it starts with Tommy Baumgartner, maybe the best big man in the state. Take advantage of that size advantage for you. Hit threes off of penetration. Look inside for Tommy. Tommy needs to be do a good job of recognizing when someone's collapsing on him, and then kick that out for those open looks. Right. We are a much better, and every team would say this, but it really is apparent to me. We are a much better shooting team here at home than we are on the road.
Agreed.
Defense, don't sit and watch Tommy. Don't watch him swat balls or clean up the defensive glass. It has to be a team effort as far as the boards go, and you got to bring that energy. Sheyenne last Thursday, I thought, played their most energetic, best, probably first 8 minutes of a game all year. They brought energy and they jumped on top of North. They got a little loose at the end of the first half, but that type of energy, you shouldn't have to tell kids it's time to get excited. It's time to bring your best effort.
And one thing, starts and finishes. We've seen the Mustangs do a really good job at this, and we've seen them maybe not do as hot of a job. That first 5 minutes and that last 5 minutes of each half, they need to capitalize on that. Like we saw the girls do in the first half in the last game, they really ramped up the score and got it up to a near 20-point lead. So if they're able to ramp that first 5 minutes up, get off to a hot start in the period, and then close it out too, that's always
that's been an Achilles heel for this team. That situational awareness, we call it sometimes, just knowing when it's time to slow things down and look for the good shot, or when it's time to make something happen, and that's really hurt Sheyenne. That's a great point. And then finally, that goes along with it, that situational awareness, decision making. Being aware of the situation, knowing if the shot clock's running down, knowing if you're ahead, if you're behind. Is this a time to push tempo? Is this a time to just set up and work a shot clock and hopefully get an open look.
The Mustangs are 2-0 against this Shanley Deacons team. Their last win going on the road over to Shanley. They won 80-63, and then earlier in the season at home they beat them 93-61. So history, if history has anything to say, I mean, we're in good shape. But again, EDC basketball, you never know what's going to happen.
Well, and Barry Penu is nursing a sore shoulder, so he's not going to play tonight. So that obviously impacts rotations,
right?
And your player package, your personnel packages that you have planned, and so that makes it a different feel. So that means either Sully Irie or Jackson Miller is going to have to start. One of them's going to have to play, or they'll both play more minutes.
Right.
So you're going to be asking people. But we saw in the first game, Aaliyah Jackson came and did a fantastic job off the bench, given the situation. Cora Metcalf in foul trouble, and AJ stepped in. And then we saw other players that we don't normally think of as contributors. Kendra Nickerson had 2 threes. We saw lots of people get involved. Evie Sebald got hot, and that's the type of thing. You need contributors, and you never know where it's going to come from. Don't look past this first opponent. Come out. It's kind of that workman mentality. Punch the clock. Do the things that you know that you're capable of.
And do them right.
Right. On paper, Cheyenne's the more talented team.
Correct.
So if you come out and execute and do the things properly that the game plan asks for, you should come out as the victor. Not always a guarantee, but that's how it should look at the end of the night.
And down here for player announcements, excuse me. You know, we look at this Mustangs team, and you know, you always got to outline Tommy Oneman. Caleb Deere, he's always the leader. You know, but what we don't see is that grit behind. I mean, we saw John Angel fall down.
Oh, that was a nasty
game,
spill against.
And he's wanting to get right back up and playing. That Coach Brandt, we talked about this during halftime the last game, is his want to get back up and finish this game. I think this Mustang squad really has a drive, especially coming off of last season where they didn't finish where they wanted to, where these seniors now were juniors then. I think that
the sense of urgency
and then the desire to go out and work for it, I think, plays a really big factor in this team's success later on in the playoffs.
So the starters are being announced here. For Shanley, you're going to have David Holcraft. He's waiting to be the official greeter. They didn't do this when I was in high school, Grant. We didn't have official greeters in the 1930s.
Barely had basketball.
Well, that's true. We had to get it out of the peach basket every time someone scored and have a jump ball after every made basket. But
for the Shanley team, who hasn't necessarily been as successful this season in regular season play, it's a team full of really good athletes.
Yeah.
So you always got to be aware of that. But how does Coach Weber kind of, I mean, this Mustang squad, good team. They've played good basketball all year round, sitting at that 2 spot in the EDC. How does Coach Weber kind of address his guys from a head coach standpoint? How do you prepare coming into an EDC tournament like this? Because do you stick to what you've seen? Do you and Coach Brandt too? Do you adjust? How do you adjust playoff basketball, especially first round?
Coach Brandt said they're not going to do anything different than what they've done all year. And so we'll take him at his word for that. I'm always the type of person that said, you want to have something up your sleeve, right? Mm-hmm. Something that's not on film, something that you haven't shown, or maybe you've shown just sparingly, to give the other team something to think about, just to change up a game, to maybe swing momentum in your favor, that sort of stuff. You know, Shanley is not a big team. They're going to be 6'4", with Charlie Bernhardt being their tallest player on the floor. So that's either going to leave him to have to guard Tommy Oneman, or they're going to have to play his own or play a lot of helping defense. And, you know, we've seen other teams do that collapsing defense on Tommy Oneman, and which is why we said it's so important that he see the floor and find that open shooter, that cutter to the basket. And that's actually what I'd love to see. I know analytics say the 3 is more important than a 2, but I've always kind of lived by the mantra, like the 3, love the rim. Get to the rim as much as you can. So if they do collapse on Tommy Oneman, I'd like to see flashers from some part of the court cutting to the basket and get to the rim and see some success. It's easy game when you start hot and you shoot well, but that's not how it goes every night. So sometimes you just need to see that ball go in the basket, and that's fine if it's from 5 feet. It doesn't have to be from 25 feet every time.
So as we get underway here, good showing out on this cold blizzard night here in North Dakota.
It looks like Sully Irie's going to get the start with Barry Penu out tonight. So we'll see how that plays out in terms of personnel. Quick tip and the quick play. Angao hard to the rim, falls down, no foul called, and I would expect to see that even more with the boys, where those refs are a little slower with that whistle.
Leininger's three does not draw iron, pulled down by Irie.
So they're going to go man. And again, that puts a lot on. It's Michael Nowak that's responsible for guarding Oneman tonight. I would think if you're Cheyenne, you want to try and exploit that as much as you possibly can.
Kraft hands it off to Chrisman. Guarded by Olsen. Barnhart up top. Pump fake. Hands it off to Leininger. Drives in. Barnhart.
Good left hand.
Tries to go over the taller Oneman, unable to do so. Irie uses the screen. Pass in the corner. Deer, corner three. No good. Offense rebound. Oneman, and he slams it down. Tommy Oneman over Barnhart there.
And that's the way that you remind Shanley, you do not have someone that has the size to match up with me. And they're going to get John Angao, I think, on that one.
Nowak trying to penetrate there, tripped up a little bit.
And that's something we've seen. John sometimes, he's an aggressive player, and that can really help you. But sometimes he gets a little too aggressive and gets himself in foul trouble. And so only not even a minute and a half in, he picks up his first one. So hopefully he's going to be able to keep himself out of foul trouble. So there's a good take by Jake Kraft right over the top of Oneman. And all the fans can now sit.
Angao on the wing. Pass to Deer. Deer three. Yes, Deer, top of the key. Good.
You can't give Caleb Deer that much time to set up and pull the trigger. He's going to hurt you more times than not.
Barnhart hands it off to Chrisman. Gets a screen from Nowak. Good help defense there by Deer. Pass, a little low, out of Leininger's reach, and that'll go out of bounds. Mustangs ball. Irie looking to set something up in their own offensive end. Angao fighting down low. Drop step. Good defense there by Kraft. Mustangs will retain possession. Angao gets it into Oneman, but Nowak tips that one away. Kraft has numbers in transition, pulls up from three, nails it. Knotted up at 5 here. Deer, three, short, long rebound, pulled down by nobody. Kraft lets that go out of bounds.
Good job of shielding Angao away from the ball. John was looking to maybe try and save that, throw it off of someone, unable to do so.
Noah picking up Chrisman up top. Just down low to Chrisman. Working on Irie. Little fake out to Barnhart for three. No good, long. Pulled down by Deer.
Still haven't really had an opportunity to look inside to Tommy Oneman yet. And again, that's such a good weapon. It's such a table setter. You can work from the inside out then at that time. You'll get plenty of open looks if you start dumping that ball inside to Oneman.
Kraft in the corner. Gets it up to Barnhart. Kraft, step back three. Yes! Over the taller Tommy Oneman. Good move there.
So Shanley shooting it pretty well out of the gates. And if you're the visiting team, the lower seeded team, that's the way you want to start this. There it is. That is that kick out, and that's his
And
spot.
John Angu hits from 3, top of the key.
That's Angao. That's where he wants to shoot from. And great awareness by Oneman. As he had guys collapsing on him, he sees the wide open Angao. And quite frankly, I think that's a defensive lapse by Shanley. You don't want to leave John Angao open to sit and shoot three-pointers, especially from that spot around the top of the key. That is his preferred location.
Good move there by Kraft, goes up. Unable to get that one to fall. Irie pulls the board down. Fakes the screen from Oneman. Oneman goes up and just, thought he maybe had a step there on Nowak, but good defense.
Good cut.
Give and go to Chrisman, unable to finish at the rim.
That was really well done by Shanley, that give and go there.
Deere able to save that from going over and back.
They have the lob over the top and had a man not paying attention on the help side. They could have had that as Angao strokes that one.
Good jab step from John Angao. He hits the 3. Timeout taken by Coach Brandt and the Mustangs. They lead 11-8 with 13:06 in this first half. We'll be right back.
What does it take to make fitness part of your lifestyle? It's intention. It's commitment. It's resilience. It's just who you are. You put in the time and effort to stay active. Our expert orthopedic and sports medicine providers also put in the time and effort to invest in new methods and treatments. Whatever you do to stay active, we are here to keep you moving. It's just who we are. Orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
I'm Kylie, and I work at
Mustang fans, we want to thank Essentia Health for being the proud partner of our Cheyenne High School's Mustang media team in this broadcast. Essentia Health, care close to home.
So an update, West Fargo Horace on the girls' side playing the Shanley Deacons. They were up 60-32 at halftime. And early on in the boys' game, Davies leads West Fargo Horace 11-4. We'll continue to update you as the night goes on. As that one is thrown out of bounds.
Just out of the reach of Busick's hands as Jackson Miller and Turo Moni checking in for the Mustangs. Moni, a recent University of Jamestown commit, made his announcement this weekend. He is pursuing basketball there.
I was going to say, hoping to replicate the success of his brother that Jackson has had down at Northern State in Aberdeen.
Ooh, Deere trapped in the corner.
A lot of contact, and
Gets
they get it to
Angao.
John. There's
short. Moni tried to tip it out, but winds up in the hands of Chrisman. Firm pass to Busick. Just long, pulled down by Angao.
no numbers there.
Wisely pulls up.
So you have the two bigs on the floor. Chance to work the inside. Good backdoor pass and cut there.
Ooh, good tip in from Oneman. Getting that right off the rim and putting it back up uncontested.
Good backdoor cut by Jackson Miller. A little long, but Oneman there to clean it up. And Cheyenne going to a little 1-2-2 or a 3-2 look.
Busick trapped in the corner there. Tipped by Oneman into the hands of Deere.
So we talked about that first 5 and final 5. First 5, Cheyenne with a 11-8 lead, and now they've extended it to 15-8. So a good solid start for Cheyenne in the first half. We'll see how that goes at the end of the first half, where they've let teams kind of get some second opportunities or get back into games as Miller brings it up.
Good work last 2 possessions by the Mustangs as Moni tries a 3 long. Barnhart reels that one in.
Good
Busick,
ball
corner
movement.
3. No.
That was really good ball movement there.
Busick tries another 3 and gets that one to fall. Miller bringing it up. Moni up top. Hands it right back to Miller.
There's Oneman. No one collapsing, so there's the shot for Tommy. Little strong with the jump hook there.
Chrisman tries a three. Long.
Oh, so quick.
Surprised
yeah,
Donovan there.
Got on top of Tommy there, and there. Good job. That's 2 in a row now for Busick. So Shanley down 15-8, brings it back to 15-14.
Busick picking up Miller. Moni has position down low.
Oh, threw that one away.
Good job by Oneman there contesting that one. Nowak back out to Barnhart.
Good
Busick
movement.
tries another three and
There's
answers.
the heat check. 3 in a row for Busick. The last 9 points scored by him.
Moni up top. Angao drives in left side, goes in, tries to lob it there to Oneman, unable to get that to connect.
Good
Winds up in
hustle.
the hands of Busick and the Deacons. Nowak almost mishandled that one, able to gain control.
Chrisman, good find.
Good cut by Leininger. Let it go off the hands of Angao. It'll stay here in the Shanley's own end. Irie and Olsen checking in for Angao and Oneman. There's a J.O. Kraft and Beauchamp, check in for the Deacons. Barnhart hands that off to a J.O. J.O. drives in left side.
Good left-hand scoop. Before Moni could even react to it, the left-hand scoop up and in.
Beauchamp, guarding Irie. Dish down low to Deer. Good defense by Kraft, tipping that one away.
Woo! That's how he was on the football field, too. Electric.
Miller, ooh,
Yeah,
dragged his pivot foot there. And that'll be a travel as Oneman checks in for the Mustangs. Nowak checking in for the Deacons. So far in this one, good game. Good energy from both sides.
Shanley on an 11-0 run here.
Busick hands it off to Nowak. Little miscommunication. There's Nowak pops up from three, no good. Deer, good extra pass to Olsen in the corner, no good. Long, right into the hands of Nowak. Pass, little long out of the reach for Beauchamp. Two straight turnovers for both squads.
Quick first half thus far. Only one foul called the entire first half. We're over halfway through.
Irie, floater, yes. Good movement there by that offense.
You know, and without Barry on the floor, that's something Barry does really well, is gets downhill and gets to the rim. And so, good job by Irie with some penetration there. He gets a hand in the passing lane. So that Ajayo tried that skip pass to Kraft out in the corner.
Deacon's able to get it in. Hands it off to Ajayo. Ajayo explodes. Scoop, no
I was gonna
good.
say, same play. Different result that time.
Oneman looking to set something up. Miller feeds it high entry.
They're looking.
Good crossover, cross-court pass. Extra pass to Olsen. Olsen converts from three.
And that's usually the difference for Noah. If he has a chance to get his feet set, get himself set, you do not want to let him shoot. But when he has to rush it, that's usually when he's going to be off the mark.
Good help defense there by Miller. Nowak drives in, has to force the kick out.
Ajeo, wow.
High arching three.
That was up
Nearly
in the
hit
air
the
for a long time.
nearly hit the rafters there. Deer contested, no good. Oneman almost tipped that back in. No good. Deer tips that one out of bounds and takes a seat.
Coach
after.
Weber trying to get his team slow down, calm down a little bit. Having not seen Shanley this year, I don't know if this is a preferred tempo for them or if they would prefer to kind of work the interior and set something up. But Coach Weber was trying to slow them down there.
Miller with it. On or Ireth from three. Long off back iron, no good. Beaucamp seems an opening, forced the kick out. Oneman forcing Nowak to shoot.
And he converts.
Brant's not happy with that.
So Shanley has shot it well tonight, played well tonight. There you go.
Good
Finally.
find down low to Oneman.
Yeah, it's something you just got to start forcing it in there to him.
And he's
it opens up so many other opportunities.
Shanley's been doing a good job fronting him down low, but he's been getting open
Yes, he
for
has.
that lob over top. It's just whether they see it or not as Busick tries another three. Can't get his fourth to go. Irie drives in left sand, no good. They're going to get a foul there on Oneman.
Again, good job by Irie getting downhill, getting to the rim, forcing action. Tommy, good rebound, fouled on the putback, and that's only the first team foul for Shanley with 5.5 to go in the first half. So refs letting them play.
Oneman's first shot is perfect. Leininger, Chrisman, and Barnhart checking in for the Deacons. As Miller takes a seat. Second shot is hard, no good from Oneman. Timeout taken by Coach Weber and the Deacons. Mustangs trail in this one 23-25 with 5:28 left in this first half. Be right back.
Hi, I'm Nick and I work at Marvin. So my team implements technology in manufacturing. So I quickly became really impressed with manufacturing as a setting for engineering. For an engineer, it's kind of a playground. Here at Marvin, specifically in the signature group like we are in Grafton, it is high volume, high option. Meaning you have to make a lot of product, but it's always different. I never expected finding a great job like this kind of out here in a small town. Come work at Marvin. It's a great place to work.
Manufacturing, it's not for the faint of heart. It's not sitting down, doing nothing, just flipping at a couple pieces of wood each day. We are building tomorrow's windows. We all know that each unit that we build makes a difference, not just for the customer, not just for the company, but for each other as well.
Mustang fans, we're lean, we're efficient, we don't complicate things. This keeps us focused on offering clients the best possible solutions. Apex Engineering Group, there is no B team. So coming out of this timeout, the Mustangs are down by 2, 23-25 in this fast-paced game here as we see the Mustangs coming out with a little trap there. Deacons able to handle that. Cross-court pass to Barnhart to J.O. J.O. tries a three. No good, off the mark. Oneman, little step back. Excuse me, that's Angao. Oneman with the rebound and slams it down. Put back dunk. Little contact there. Nowak's going to draw the foul.
That's John's second. He owns both of the Mustang fouls this half. And that's going to quickly get Jackson Miller into the game for John Angao. And John is so aggressive. He wants to produce steals. He wants to mix it up in there. But again, sometimes he gets just a little bit too aggressive with that. So my guess is that'll be it for the half for John.
Good job by Deere reaching up and picking that one off.
Good patience, good setting up. See if Cheyenne can run something they want to get here.
J.O. being
J.O.
aggressive
all
with it.
over. Irie's going to, got that ball caught on his hip for half a second, and they're going to call a carry on that one. Good defense by J.O., just hounding him.
Chrisman able to get it up to Leininger. Hands it off to Leininger. J.O. baseline. Nowak drives in. Unable to finish, but a putback from Barnhart, and that goes.
There you go.
Yeah, they're going to call a foul on the ground. They're going to call Chrisman on that one.
And I think that's, even when they're fronting and they have help from behind, Tommy has such a height advantage that I think if you can throw a good pass to him, he's going to come down with it and still have an opportunity to do something with it.
He's got 5 inches on the tallest player
Absolutely.
on the court. Plus that reach as Olsen pulls up from 3, nails it. And that's his bread and butter right there, that corner 3.
Whoa!
Hahnemann almost tipped that one.
It might have been a goaltending had he gotten a finger on it, but
yeah.
Leininger converts.
Miller,
There you
just
go.
down low to Hahnemann. Good job
There's
by
another-
Nowak.
There's another foul, yeah. That one's going to be on Nowak. Again, I think if you keep feeding Tommy the ball, it's going to force Shanley to either allow him to get the ball or they're going to foul him in that process of that.
Pass goes out of the reach of Miller. The Mustangs will retain possession.
Give it to him.
Because
yeah,
wasn't as much backside help there.
When that diagonal cut comes, no one is picking up the fact that Tommy is wide open. Good job there by Noah Olsen. Good pump fake. Oh!
Unable to finish at the rim. Deere gets an offensive rebound. They're going to call a foul
I
there.
think that's Chrisman that's going to get that one.
Yep.
So a flurry of fouling here in the last couple minutes as Luke Warner. Now there's someone with size to match up.
He tips that one out of bounds. It'll stay Mustangs ball. Irie. Back to Olsen. Olsen from 3. No good. Pulled down by Warner. Ottoman goes up with the left hand and one. And
Way
that
to
fires
stick
Tommy
with,
Ottoman up.
Way to stick with that for Tommy. Warner had control but lost it on the high bounce. Tommy was ready for it. Grabs it out of the air, finishes, and then collects the foul on Warner.
I was still in confusion how that ball skipped out of Warner's hands and got so high. Ottoman with the heads-up play, getting that one, and he converts to and one.
There it is.
Right back to Olsen, and Olsen with the quick steal and 2 points.
And that's what this trap is meant to do. Just speed
Right
guys
back
up,
again.
and there's a foul.
And foul.
That's going to be
not an
Kraft,
and one.
I think, on that one. And Coach Weber again trying to calm his team down. So effective off of a make. Team turns, and they're just not used to that. And again, we've seen Cheyenne run this press occasionally throughout the course of the year, but we haven't seen it for probably a month. And a good opportunity, good time to just bring it out. You show it, and if you're successful with it, you just keep rolling with it.
Olsen's first shot rattles around and falls. And just like that, we were talking about how the low foul game, just like that, 4 or 5 fouls within a couple minutes as Olsen converts both free throws.
Yeah.
Foul there on Olsen as he was a little aggressive there.
You get 2 steals in a row, you're thinking, man, I can get that next one, but only the third team foul and Noah's first. And Cheyenne's going to retreat here and set up defensively.
Chrisman gets a screen. Stops, pops from the elbow. Long, pulled down by Oneman. Oneman uses a screening, or excuse me, Irie.
They get it around. They have Tommy. He's got, there was that flash, that cutter that I was asking for that needed to be a bounce pass to Sully. Sully was open. But Shanley gets a hand on it.
Barnhart crosses over, goes in left side, finishes over Deere. So we talked about it. How do you finish your first half? Mustangs really wanting to capitalize off of those turnovers. As we see Miller pull up from 3, no good. Pulled down by Oneman, goes right back up, rolls around and falls. Kraft bringing it up the far side, drives in, hands it off to Warner.
Warner picked from behind by Deere.
Olsen drives in. Tripped up a little there, and that pass is mishandled. Winds up in the hands of the Deacons.
Good pass to Coach Brandt as he was ready for it. Chrisman just not knowing where his teammate was and throws it right into the hands of Coach Brandt.
Good heads-up play there by Brandt.
It was. Cat-like quickness.
Under 40 seconds left to play.
Had Tommy inside for a second.
Oneman from 3. Long, pulled down by Kraft. Shot clock's off here. Tip out of Kraft's hands by Irie. Deacons looking to hold it for one last shot. Chrisman to Warner in the corner. Cross court pass to Busick. Busick from 3. Off the backboard. He has 4 threes already tonight. As Deere throws one up, almost makes it, but that wouldn't count either way. So the Mustangs head into halftime 37-34 in this quick, fast-paced game here in this first half. The Mustangs might need to adjust to look down to Oneman in this second half. They did a better job later in the second half, but trying to build on that as they head into halftime.
Well, we talked about those first 5 and final 5. It was tied 25-all. Cheyenne finishes on a 12-9 run, and really aside from that three-point bank in by Busick at the end, they maybe finish with a 6-point lead, but as it is a 3-point lead, again, we've talked about the parity, the how deep and talented the EDC is,
right?
And so it's not a shock that this one is tight at halftime. We're going to step away for just a couple of minutes, but we'll be back in a few minutes. We're going to be joined by West Fargo Cheyenne girls head coach Kenyon Wingenbach to talk about his girls' impressive victory tonight in the first game over Fargo North. We'll be right back.
What does it take to make fitness part of your lifestyle? It's intention. It's commitment. It's resilience. It's just who you are. You put in the time and effort to stay active. Our expert orthopedic and sports medicine providers also put in the time and effort to invest in new methods and treatments. Whatever you do to stay active, we are here to keep you moving. It's just who we are. Orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
Hi, I'm TJ Yoshi here at Marvin headquarters in Warroad, Minnesota. Let's check it out. Warroad is a small town way of life right on Lake of the Woods. some of the best fishing in the world.
I think what makes us so unique here is within 15 minutes of me leaving work, I can be out on the lake, I can be on the golf course, I can be on the bike path, I can be out in the Beltrami Island State Forest.
Just a fantastic way to grow up and to live life.
I'm Kyle and I'm a trainer at Marvin. I work on the night shifts because it works with my schedule. When I first started at Marvin, I started in the forklift department. I was there for 3 months and I saw an opportunity for a new position. I've never been at a company that has made me feel like they actually do care about my career and my career development. I've just had jobs in the past and I really feel like this is the first time I'm actually in a career. Come join me on the evening shift at Marvin. It's a great team and you'll have a lot of fun.
Hi, I'm TJ Oshie here at Marvin headquarters in Warroad, Minnesota. Let's check it out. Warroad is a small town way of life, right on Lake of the Woods. Some of the best fishing in the world.
I think what makes us so unique here is within 15 minutes of me leaving work, I can be out on the lake, I can be on the golf course, I can be on the bike path, I can be out in the Beltrami Island State Forest.
Just a fantastic way to grow up and to live life.
I think what makes Touchmark special is how you feel when you walk into Touchmark at Harwood Groves. We often hear that it's like a North Dakota hug.
I think it's the people that make Touchmark special.
One of the things that makes Touchmark is the caliber of the team members here.
You could ask them for anything and they'll say, we'll take care of it.
Every day that we walk in these doors, we really take time to listen to each other, to listen to our residents, and to be there and to be a friend.
In this place, we face obstacles like nowhere else. The clock, the trail, the hill, the challenge that's always waiting. When that challenge comes, we'll meet it together. Because it's your chance to show what you're made of. Tenacity, resilience, and the power to prove that the toughest competition comes from within. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
Well, welcome back here. We're sitting down with girls Cheyenne basketball coach, Coach Kenyon Wingenbach. Coach, big win here right before this one. How does it feel coming off getting that first EDC or first round EDC win?
Huge, because you don't want any upsets in the first round. Once upsets happen, then day 3 becomes kind of a mess. And our message for the girls was just take care of your own business. Don't worry about anyone else. We don't need anybody's help. We put ourselves in a good position to move forward.
So, Coach, one player that we talked a lot about that we thought did an outstanding job was AJ. Aaliyah Jackson coming off the bench, probably in a situation that maybe wasn't prepared for with the foul trouble for Cora Metcalf. But talk about the job she did, because at least from our perspective up here, she played the role that she was asked to. She did what she needed to and was very effective tonight.
Yeah, she, we had talked about the rotations, and she was going to be kind of like a matchup thing. But when Cora picked up her third foul and Callan was playing the 5 and she was getting a little tired, AJ's the next one up, and she came in and sparked us and earned some more minutes in the second half and sparked us again. And, she's done that periodically throughout the year, but she was ready. She's a junior. She's been waiting her turn too, so super proud of her. But a lot of those kids stepped up today, starters, bench. It was really nice to see.
So you mentioned a lot of kids stepping up, and, as we talked about it, what it felt very reminiscent of was your first year here at Cheyenne, how that little spark of confidence just started to grow among the team. And, you see a teammate make a big play, the defensive play make a big basket, and you're like, I can contribute too. And you just saw that really grow and mushroom here tonight And, you're going to be in all likelihood playing against Red River in the next round, and we know what kind of defense that they can play and how good of a player Joshie Schiller is. So it's got to feel good knowing that girls are starting to feel confident that they can contribute and fill the stat book.
Yeah, for sure. The last 2 years we had veteran players, and I think with experience comes some of those moments where you're feeding off of each other, and this group just you can't rush that. It is what it is, and we had to play throughout the whole year and learn and teach, and I think today we kind of just said you got to let it out now, and you just can't. It's no longer a marathon, it's a sprint, and we're going to do everything we can to get you to the finish line, but you just got to trust us and trust each other and just go play the way. I mean, it's like a 5-month experiment this season. And at this point, we know what we have. And today, I think we played maybe our best game of the year.
Well, and we talked about, we know at halftime, Brenda Dick had 17 points. I don't know what she ended the game with. But, and this is maybe like the ultimate compliment to your team and to her teammates. We didn't talk about her a lot in the second half, and that's got to feel good. We know that, right? She's the engine. She's what makes things go. But an off night, a foul trouble night, an injury, something like that, and having to rely on those other players. So did it feel good to get her some minutes on the bench and just, kind of be another player out there instead of the one that kind of everything revolves around?
Yeah, and we've been searching for that all year. She's done a great job of carrying us and leading the way, and it hasn't been easy and it hasn't been smooth, but at this point I think she has a lot of confidence in her teammates, and you're seeing that on the floor, and you saw her smile today, and you saw her celebrate her teammates, and I think a lot of that pressure is starting to get lifted, and I know she's felt that all year and has played wonderfully with it, but I think our other kids are really stepping up.
Well, we saw a lot of smiles out there. Kendra Nickerson hit a couple big threes. It was contagious, and that was great to see for your team. So, Red River, something I asked Coach Brandt about at halftime of your game. You played them twice. You know what they do. They know what you do. Do you plan for anything different, or do you just go based on what you know, what you've seen on film, what you expect from them?
Yeah, I think it's more the latter. We have played them twice. We played them pretty tough in Red River. We just literally could not score. We had 7 at halftime, but we were battling. We were really battling, and that was really nice to see, those small moments, but we have to put the ball in the basket, and with them, they just suffocate you with their speed. And so what we got to do is we got to stay within our system. I think we have developed a system that is interchangeable and has a lot of moving parts, and we've got to figure out how are they attacking us and see if we can get some stops and we can get out and run and put the ball in the basket a little easier.
Well, Coach, good luck in the next round. I know there's some moving parts right now as to how the rest of the week is going to look and locations and things like that, but assuming that you play Red River on Thursday, good luck, and win 2 before you lose 2, right? And then everything takes care of itself.
That's right.
Coach Wingenbach, Kenny Wingenbach, joining us here at halftime. Thank you, Coach. And we're going to hear the second half is beginning, and we're going to look at some stats from the first half. For the Deacons, Jo had 5, Kraft 8, Nowak 3, Bernhardt 4, Leininger 2, and then Busick, who was on fire for a while from outside, he had 12. For the Mustangs,
all coming from 3, too.
All coming from 3. The last one banked in just a couple seconds before the half expired.
Good defense there by Oneman.
Sully 2, Noah Olson 10, Caleb Deere 3, and Gao 6. Jackson Miller 2, and then Tommy Oneman had 11 in the first half, and we still sit at the 37-34 lead that the Mustangs had at the end of the first half.
Ball stripped away there by Deere, goes off with either Deere or Irie there. Deacons
I think
will
that was a
retain
good
possession.
job by Leininger, just kind of avoiding, hoping that it was off of Deere, and he avoided touching the ball again.
Kraft up top. Stop, pop.
We've
Rolls
seen
around.
that play
Good.
a lot run by the Mustangs. Usually it's that elevator screen for Angel for a 3, but their Kraft hits a free throw jumper and cuts the lead to 1. They have Oneman over the top. There it is.
Good reach
And
by
now-
Oneman. He's
yeah.
fouled. And that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, he didn't get a great look at the basket, but it drew a foul.
Yeah,
and I mean, if you can get people into foul trouble, if you can earn chances at the line, I mean, that's all you can ask
That's exactly it. And when they when Cheyenne vacates the rest of the lane and just leaves Oneman one-on-one, even if he's being fronted, probably unless they have Warner out there, you're going to be able to get any lob to him that you want. And so this is great to see Tommy getting to the line here. Makes the first. That's only the first foul on Bernhardt.
Offense rebound by Angel. Kick out to Olsen. No good. Offense rebound put back from Oneman. No good. They're going to call an offense foul, on Oneman there. As he reached over. Oneman pleading that it was.
Tommy disagrees, but the ref's word is final. The only real foul trouble, Cheyenne and Gao had 2 in the first half. Other than that, really no foul trouble to speak of.
Good help defense there from Deere. Slowing up Barnhart. Barnhart's three's off, pulled down by Angel.
Good job as Chrisman was riding John out.
3 from Oneman, no good. Or Irie, excuse me. Deere battling down low is fouled by Barnhart.
Bernhardt picks up his second in 2 trips. Not that that's cause for alarm, but again, that's what you want to do is continue to go to the rim. Force them to stop you or to commit a foul or let you score.
Deere's first shot is no good, rolls in and out. Second shot, from Deere is perfect.
Oh,
Chrisman almost lost his handle there as he retains it and gets it out to Bernhardt. Bernhardt's little jump hook, no good. Spin move from Irie. Dish down low to Oneman, and he slams it down. Good offensive possession, working it all the way around the perimeter. Finds Oneman down low, creating space.
Great find by Sully. And that's one thing we've said without Barry tonight, getting to the rim is a premium, and we've seen him get to the rim a couple times. We've also seen him drop off really nice passes, as there was an alley-oop, but they're going to call John for the offensive foul, and that's the 3rd on John. That is one thing. When he goes to the rim, he never has the ability or doesn't seem to be able to stop and pull up. His momentum always kind of continues to move him towards the rim, and that happens again there. And so only 3 minutes in, he's picked up his 3rd foul, and so he's going to have to sit for a while as they go cross-court to a JO, and the big rainbow 3 is no good.
That one's pulled down by Irie. Fake the screen there, winds up in the hands of Olsen. Oneman maybe a little too far under the basket there for that lob to work. Olsen tries a 3, no good.
Oneman thought Nowak had pushed him out of the way.
Bench
no
one,
call.
yeah, the bench one in that one too. It's cross-court pass to Kraft. Swings it all the way around. Leininger, 3. Just left,
Wow.
gets his own offensive rebound after a long one. They're going to call a travel there.
So there was some contact, but he kept going. And Oneman's still working for that push, saying, hey, watch number 3 down there. There was a push last time. Again, I think, as we've talked about, the refs are going to, be a little slower on the whistle at tournament time. You just kind of have to accept that things that were fouls other times maybe aren't going to be this time. Good job by Jackson Miller avoiding that trap.
Good recovery defense there, though, by Leininger, getting down low and covering Oneman.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, he was wide open.
Deer from 3, short. Kraft in transition. Back to Leininger, he's left alone in the corner, and he converts. That's a timeout taken by Coach Weber and the Deacons, all knotted up at 41, 13-44 left to go in the second half. We'll be right back.
I'm Diana, and Hi.
Here, when our path takes an unexpected turn, we keep moving forward. When life sends us a message, we listen. When you're determined to beat the odds, we help you plan for what's next. This is commitment, resourcefulness, determination. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
All right, coming out of timeout, Mustangs and the Deacons tied at 41 apiece here, 13-44 left to go in this second half.
Now they're Shanley gonna show a little pressure. No one from Cheyenne aware of this. Just some token pressure, but that's something you got to be aware of coming out of every timeout situation, that something may have changed defensively. And there might be some kind of press that's being applied or pressure. There they have Oneman. They have the look that they want.
Oh, Deer was wide open under the basket. Olsen, corner 3, yes! In front of the Mustangs bench. Once he gets his feet set, it's money. Kraft pulls up. High arching shot over Oneman, gets that to fall. Irie calling out the play, looking to set something up. Deer drives in left side, tipped away by Nowak. Winds up in the hands of Irie, kick out to Olsen. Olsen, 3 short.
Oh.
Saved by Irie.
Good
there.
hustle by Jackson Miller.
And a circus of events here as a lob up to Oneman, and he slams it down. Good find by Deer to Oneman.
That was a wild sequence there. A lot of things happening.
Ooh. Deer from 3. Yes! Fixes the net for the Mustangs as well there. So he nails that 3. So the last couple of possessions have paid off for the Mustangs.
And that is something Cheyenne wants to do, is play with speed.
Deer goes up, the finger roll finish, unable to be converted. Brandt.
No, they're going to call foul on Irie. And Brandt is talking to Deer. Or maybe the ref.
I think maybe both.
I thought that was going to be a finish for Deer. I don't know exactly what happened there, but
I think Deer was caught in between finishes there, whether or not go up for the finger roll, maybe the dunk.
So Cheyenne back to his zone.
Busick swings it all the way around to Chrisman. Looking to find something down low. Kraft hands it off to Nowak, corner 3. Yes.
Good ball movement. We saw it from Cheyenne in the first game against North Zone in the girls' game. If you do that.
Ooh, risky pass there. Oneman slams it down anyways. Emphasizes the point.
I think they're going to get Chrisman coming over to apply help there. And that's 3 now on Chrisman. 3rd team foul on Shanley.
Oneman going to work down low. They're going to call a foul on Busick.
Before the travel. And Tommy looks like he maybe turned his ankle, stepped on someone's foot there, but he seems to be okay, and we think.
He's a tough guy. He'll manage.
Here comes that elevator screen for John.
No good. Good tip there. Oh. Irie almost had it, lost it to Busick there.
Good D, good help. Little unconventional trap. I think that kind of caught Kraft by surprise, and he loses the ball out of bounds. As Moni's going to give a quick break to Oneman as he's still gimping a little bit.
And at this point in the first round, you know, you got someone who's maybe banged up a little bit. Well, everybody's banged up at this point in the season. Everybody has something. How do you stretch Oneman out if it is something serious, or not as serious, but you know, something to note? Do you stretch him out and maybe risk that further injury, or do you realize, hey, we can lose a game and still get in?
Well, but I think what Coach Wingenbach said is true, is if there's upsets in the first round, that's when the bracket becomes really wonky, and suddenly you're faced with playing, you know, a 3-seed or a 4-seed potentially in that play-in game, and so you want to avoid that at all costs if possible.
Right. Timeout taken there by Coach Brandt. The Mustangs lead 52-49, 10:34. We'll be right back. Coming back to action here. Miller's floater, no good. Pulled down by Moni. Unable to get that bunny to fall.
He went for the quick putback, where I think he maybe would have had time to gather himself and go up, but you don't know in the heat of the moment, and so he tried that quick putback, and it ends up not going in. But Cheyenne clinging to that 3-point lead as we wind down towards 10 minutes to go. Bernhardt
drives in left side, no good. Pulled down by Miller. Cross-court pass to Angau. Drives in. Right back to Deere. Deere tries a 3. Can't get that to fall. Chrisman in transition. Pulls up, notices Miller was trying to draw a charge there.
That's a really tough shot. We have all your momentum. You're going as fast as you can up the floor, and to pull up and shoot and not be drifting, you know, one way or the other and have that impact the shot. That's really difficult. Ajeo with the quick hands. Pokes it away on the Deere pass. He was looking for Moni inside.
Busick with it. Back to Kraft.
John with 3 fouls. He has to be careful and good.
Kraft has done a really good job all night of shooting and handling the ball.
Yeah.
He's been a difference maker in this one for sure. Angau tries and one. Slow and one as that hung on the rim for a little bit. And he'll go to line.
And that's Ajeo that picks up that foul as Oneman's back in for Jackson Miller.
A few more fouls in this half, because that was Ajeo's first 5th team foul for the Deacons. Mustangs with their taller lineup in. And Angau converts the and one. Bernhardt with it. Hands it off to Ajeo. Back over to Busick.
Good active hands.
Moni almost caught Bernhardt sleeping there. Tipped it out of bounds.
Sheyenne really working hard on defense.
Bernhardt drives in baseline. They're going to call Moni there on that one.
And that's a tough defend for Turo. You know, you have to respect the possibility of the three, but you know, Bernhardt, the smaller, quicker player, took advantage of that driving and creates the foul opportunity as Jo misses the three from the top of the key. They look.
John, kick out pass to Olsen. Olsen nails a three.
Good find. You know, they look at Tommy, and then if it's not there right away, then they look away from him. But I think if they just go back a second time, they have an opportunity sometimes to get it inside to him. Good job by Jo. Just splits the defense.
Busick with it. Hands it off to Jo. Just down low.
And
that's a foul there on
that one up. And that's going to be the 6th on Sheyenne. So with 8 minutes to go, 5 fouls on Shanley, 6 on Sheyenne. Free throws could play a factor down the stretch here.
Nowak hands it off to Leininger. Little confusion there. Back up to Busick. Busick. Bernhardt. No good. Long on that three.
And we get a Jo again there. So
both teams at 6 fouls here as Jo draws the second.
Everybody shoots from here on out.
Onman, they try that elevator screen again, and they're going to get a
third foul on a Jo, and John's going to go to the line. You know, Sheyenne has sneakily built a 7-point lead, and they led by the 3 at halftime, and Shanley had pulled even, and you know, it seems like Shanley's kind of answering basket for basket, but Sheyenne has slowly developed a lead here. You would have to say, you know, that the first 5 of the second half was maybe handled better by Shanley. But Sheyenne with a chance here to maybe put this away as John calls Turo back, says, hey, I got one more here. We'll see if wonder if a press doesn't come out of this on a make. We will never know.
Pulled down by Nowak there. Hands it right off to Christmas. Christmas, ooh. Look down low, intercepted by Moni. Ooh, they had a cutter there in Ottoman. Cross-court pass to Olsen. Corner three, no good.
Good job by Turo. And reset. You got time. The clock is your friend. Look for the look that you want.
Euro step and a finish at the rim for Angao.
Great job by John avoiding contact with the defense. Sneaks in there for a quick 2, and the lead has grown to double digits.
10-point lead, under 7 minutes to go here. Leininger drives in, hands off to Barnhart. That's swatted by Ottoman, and he grabs his own rebound. Just down low to Ottoman. Lots of contact there.
Yeah, I was
They're going to finally call a foul on the ground.
I think they're going to get Nowak on that, but boy, I could have gone to either of the guys down there, and that's 4 on Nowak. But I think if you're Coach Weber, down 10, 6:33 to go, you kind of got to go with your main guys here.
First shot is perfect for Monoman. Again, we'll see if they press after a make.
Yeah. Well, and you've got Deere and Olsen up here. That's what makes me think it might be happening. And Coach Weber is going to call timeout. So if I'm Coach Brandt on this timeout, I'm saying, hey, let's come out and throw this press on. Let's see what we do. They're teeing it up for us.
All right, so 63-51 Mustangs lead going into this timeout, 6:33. We'll be right back. Mustang fans, we want to thank Essentia Health for being the proud partner of our Sheyenne High School's Mustang media team and this broadcast. Essentia Health, care close to home.
So one update from the boys action around the EDC in the first round tonight. Fargo North is a winner against the West Fargo Packers. North is the 3 seed in the tournament. They're up 80, or they win 88-80. Davies leads Horace 67-55 with 12 minutes to go in that one. We'll try and keep you updated.
Pass is intercepted there by Deere, ends up in the hands of
No
Angau.
numbers, slow down, set it up, set it.
Mahoney tries a quick 3, no good.
Fortunate there, slow it down, set it up. Set up the play that you want.
Mahoney tries another 3, yes! Turo Mahoney in the face of Barnhart.
Just like that, the lead is 15, so Shanley's now in that tough situation. They're going to have to start scoring and getting some stops. And that's a good way to start it as Kraft drops a 3. No one's there to help John out. No point guard really on the floor. John's playing the point here as both Sully Irie and Jackson Miller are on the bench right now. It's a pretty tall lineup, a long lineup for Sheyenne as there's the kick to Olsen.
Corner 3 from Olsen. Rare miss from the corner. Barnhart winds up with it. Kraft, don't want to leave him alone in the corner. Nothing but air on that one.
Okay.
It's a rare miss.
Coach Brandt telling him to slow down. You're up 12. 5 minutes to go here.
Angau forcing something down low. Can't get that to fall.
Again, I think you can do better on the shot selection than that.
Good bounce pass there, right out to Kraft. Kraft can't get that to fall. Angau setting something up here. Just down low to Oneman. Right back up to Moni. Moni can't get his 3 to answer. Good box out there by
excellent
Chrisman.
Box out
That's
by
what,
both Chrisman and Nowak. That's a coach's dream where 2 guys box out so well that the ball just drops right there and someone can pick it up.
Chrisman pull up from the elbow. Yes.
And down to 10.
4 minutes left here. Olsen feeds down to Moni. Moni, that quick drop step. Extra pass up to Angau. Angau 3, money! And that's a timeout taken by Coach Brandt and the Mustangs. Mustangs lead 69-56. 3:47, we'll be right back.
I chose a career in manufacturing because I wanted to come into work and not be at a desk all day. So with my role, I get to be out on the floor and working with other people and then come back to my desk and try and solve some of the problems that they're facing.
When people look at a manufacturing plant, they mostly just see line work. But there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that allows you to explore different kinds of network interfaces or problem-solving situations. There's machines and computers and human interface devices that are constantly being innovated into a manufacturing workplace.
the best days at work are when you get to solve the problem or when you finally get that aha moment and you know, okay, like this is gonna be it. Like this is what we've been thinking about. This is what we've been hoping for.
Knowing that I'm but a part of building something very unique and important, that just makes me very proud.
We're lean, we're efficient, we don't complicate things. This keeps us focused on offering clients the best possible solutions. Apex Engineering Group, there is no B team. Coming out of this timeout, Mustangs are up 69-56. 3:30 left to play. Kraft with it. Hands it off to Leininger.
5 on the shot clock. Got to get something off.
Nowak's 3, no good. Off the foot of Barnhart. Mustangs will gain possession here.
Okay, that's where you want to make sure you have, okay. Because Shanley's at that point with 3:17 to go and down 13. They're going to have to start putting some pressure on that inbounds pass. And you got to have guys that are aware that it's your job to come up and give help if that's happening.
I think that's why we see there Irie and Miller and
good job by Sully keeping his wits about him.
Drives in with that left hand, scoops and finishes at the rim. Impressive finish there by Angao.
Whoa.
Pass to the student section there from Kraft.
Kraft thought Leininger was in the corner, and Leininger had not slid down there yet. So now at 2:46, this is when you want to milk the clock here. You want to get yourself about 15, 20 seconds off the clock each possession if at all possible.
Deer up top. Dish down low to Oneman. Right back out to Irie. Irie 3. Short. Offensive rebound by Oneman. Right back to Deer, and he's fouled. 9th team foul for the Deacons, so one more, and they're in the double bonus, which will send them to the line for 2 automatic.
So an update it would appear, I'm going to go out and make a prediction here, that the Cheyenne girls will indeed be facing Red River in the semifinals, as Red River leads 49-9 at halftime against Central. That's my effort at prognostication. Davies leads Horace 79-62 in boys action. 7 minutes to go in that one. 16-point lead for Sheyenne. Good job by Deer getting a hand in there. Again, no need to rush this.
Alley-oop attempt almost flushed down by Oneman. No good. Ajeo, another 3, long.
Slow down, yeah. Coach Brandt's putting up the stop sign. Just slow down. Let's eat about 15, 20 seconds off the shot clock.
Oneman battling for position down low. Angao drives in. Gets that off the glass.
18 points. There's only about 6 possessions left here. So this is do or die. Shanley has to score and then stop. And that might not be your dagger, but close enough at this point.
Irie on the wing, guarded by Busick. Up top to Miller. Circles around.
All right, 10 on the shot clock. They're going to call for what they want.
Quick 3 from Miller.
That's okay.
A little long.
Because you took 22 seconds off the shot clock. You're now down to a minute to play and you're up 18. Perfectly fine.
Ball's tipped from Oneman. Winds up in the hands of Ajeo. Ajeo backing down Angao. Angao gets that one. He's fouled.
And we lost a shoe out there.
Oh, yeah.
Nowak lost a shoe, and Angao was fouled, and he's going to go line to shoot too. And so this one is going to go down as a win for Sheyenne. Good way to start the EDC tournament. You know, really, Shanley hung in there for a good chunk of this second half. It wasn't until about 7 minutes left, you know, when we noticed that suddenly Sheyenne had developed a little 7-point lead. and they've just kind of never let Shanley get back into it. They've made baskets when they needed to. They've come up with stops. They've really owned the glass in the second half. The defensive glass rebounding has been fantastic for Sheyenne. And now it's 20, and it's just a matter of what the final will be.
Busick from 3. Nails that one. He's up to 5 threes in this one.
But that's going to be too little too late.
Irie has it.
Got to go to him. Got to go help him.
2 people down low.
Yeah.
That one's tipped by
Someone
Busick.
needs to come to the ball and help him out.
Ajeo drives in, forced to kick out to Busick. Busick nails another 3.
And that's fine. Oh.
Irie,
little
miss-
too lackadaisical
careless, yeah.
there.
Shot clock is off in this one. As the clock winds down, the Mustangs take this one, 76-62. So a sweep here in the first round of the EDC playoffs for both the girls and the boys team. Mustangs win this and advance to the second round in the EDC playoffs.
I thought really solid performances by both squads tonight. Just doing what you had to do. On paper, the seeding-wise, you were the better team in both instances, and probably talent-wise, you were the better team. But that doesn't always mean that you're going to come out on top. And for this evening, it did mean something. Both teams played really well.
Right.
They took care of the ball. They were smart situationally. You had lots of people contributed. We saw, that in the girls' game and the boys' game. Noah Olson had some big threes. Tommy Oneman did his thing. John Angao did his thing. We had everyone contributing, and that's how you're going to win games. So this is going to set up a rematch of last Thursday's game against the Fargo North Spartans, as they were the winners tonight against West Fargo. So, again, the way it sounds, nothing, at least before we went on air, was official yet, but it looks like all boys games for the EDC will be taking place on Friday.
All right.
Because tomorrow night, Central and South will be playing. That's the last game that hasn't, because of the weather and the roads, hasn't been able to be played yet tonight. But that's going to put all the girls' loser side, winner side games are all going to take place on Thursday. All the boys on Friday, and then on Saturday you're going to have those play-in games and those championship games taking place. And there might be some changes in venue as well if you're a fan that's looking to go out and see that. So excellent win tonight for the Mustangs. Great job both by the boys and girls. And, as you pointed out here, Grant, a little bittersweet tonight.
Yeah.
This is the last broadcast of our season.
Yep.
But also the last broadcast probably that you're going to be able to do as a senior moving on to NDSU next year.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. So thank you all for listening up, and thank you all for Mustang Media for helping out and giving me this opportunity.
Absolutely. And again, we want to shout out to all the camera people, the
Yes.
camera switcher, the producers. They're the people that make things really go here. Grant and I, quite honestly, even though you're the ones, we're the ones that you have to listen to. We're really the ones that have the easiest job
We do.
here.
We just talk into microphones.
Yeah, we talk into a microphone and say what comes into our heads. But it's all the students that work throughout the year, whether it's been football, volleyball, wrestling, weightlifting, swimming, fine arts, plays, concerts, boys and girls basketball, wrestling. All the things that Mustang Media has been able to bring to you this year really happens because of the students that make this go. And the guys that are here talking, hockey was another one that, we're just the guys that, you get to listen to, but it's the other people that do the work.
And there's so much more that goes on behind the scenes that you don't see. It's not just the broadcast. We have, people that manage our social medias, people that make graphics, schedule, kind of run that team mom type role. And then we got people on the finance side who go out and secure commercials. So just a wonderful thing we have here at Sheyenne. And I mean, if you're interested in joining up Mustang Media, if you're a incoming
freshman,
freshman, if you're already here, don't feel afraid to reach out to Mr. Salmon, Mr. Knodel, or someone you know
or
in
Mr.
Mustang
Thomas.
Media, yeah.
You know, and really we should shout out to those three
Yes.
as well, because they're the ones who have to hound people and make sure that we have all the camera operators we need and all of those things.
Yep.
So really, it's a team effort, and we're the ones you listen to, but really our role is pretty minor compared to what the rest of the team brings.
All right, for everyone here at Mustang Media, don't forget to check out our Twitter, Mustang Post, our Instagram, Mustang.post, and our Facebook, Mustang Media. Mustangs win 76-62 over the Shanley Deacons. For everyone here at Mustang Media, I'm Grant Knodel.
I'm Dan Wolf.
Have a good night.
Jumping that, summon that, jumping that, jumping that fire, jumping that, hitting that fire, jumping out with, drumming that, drumming that, drumming that, drumming that.